What is up, guys? Today we're going to be making some chocolate. It's super simple. You're going to need some cocoa powder, cocoa butter, some honey, a couple molds. If you don't have any special molds, just go ahead and use some muffin liners, and a little bit of salt. So let's do this. We're going to make two types today, just regular, and we'll make a Reese's peanut butter cup. Except it won't be Reese, it'll be your brand. Alright, just a second ago you saw that pot. All we did was just pour some water in it, about 2 cups worth, and we're starting to boil it. So right now we got our cocoa butter. We're going to measure out 1 cup. We're using cacao, so it's not the high temperature processed. It's just got a little bit more antioxidants. It doesn't quite look like a cup, that's alright. If it's a little bit more, a little bit less, no worries. You just do the exact same with your cocoa powder. Cocoa butter does come in disc form or just the chunks here. We got the chunk and it's darn near impossible to break. So there we go. You can see just a little bit more than a cup. Straight into the bowl it goes. Now you're going to take that bowl with your cocoa butter and you're going to put it right on top of your boiling water. That's going to create essentially a double boiler. While we're waiting for this to melt, we're going to measure out our cup of cocoa powder. Now this next step is completely optional, but I do like the taste it adds. So we got 100% virgin pressed coconut oil that we're just going to add. I had it in the fridge, so it's turned a little rock hard. If you, the viewer, keep it in the fridge, just be wary of that. We're going to try to roughly get about a tablespoon here. It's just going to add a nice mellow flavor to our chocolate. Alright, and there you go. You can start to see the cocoa butter and the coconut oil are starting to melt here. This is a great time to go ahead and grab your honey. So we're going to use some raw unpasteurized honey. Again, we're just getting our spatula. There's our tablespoon. We're going to throw 1 big heaping tablespoon right in there. Everything's going to melt together, and this is just the absolute best way to make it. There's our double boiler starting to work. Grabbing just a tiny little bit of salt. Helps bring out the sweetness and the flavor of the chocolate itself. And there we go. You're going to get everything all melted and all coagulated. The honey's not going to quite mix up, but it's going to be darn near close. So, and once you add your cocoa powder, everything's going to be perfectly mixed up. Okay, and you got to get all these little chunks. Everything's got to be melted before you add your cocoa powder. The sides of the bowl get hot, so I've noticed it helps to just hold those little chunks against it, and they're sometimes hard to melt. So, all right, now that everything's all good, you're going to shut off the heat, add your cocoa powder, mix it up. And we're going to take our top bowl and separate it from our bottom one, our double boiler, and we're going to bring it over to the table and get everything poured into the molds. Alright. So here we go. We got our 2 little muffin liners that we're going to use as a peanut butter cup, and then we got our 2 other molds. It looks like one big one, but it's actually 2 different styles. So you're just mixing up the last bit of that cocoa powder, making sure there's no lumps and stuff. You can let it sit here for a while. It'll help get rid of some of the froth from the cocoa powder being added initially. We just went right into the mold, so you're going to see like a little, oops, there's our accident. So that's why later in the video you'll only see 1 peanut butter cup. So we're just going to put that right in the sink. Thanks. Alright, with the power of editing, we're right back here. Okay, so now we're just going to have 1 peanut butter cup. We're going to pour everything, or just a little bit in the peanut butter cup to start with. That's going to go right in the fridge. We'll pour the rest of our chocolate mixture in these molds. So before we do the molds, the actual chocolate molds, we're going to have one more optional step. We have ají, panca, and Pasillio pepper here. These are 2 delicious Mexican chilies that we're going to grind up in our spice grinder. We're going to add to our chocolate right now. We're just going to add it right to the cocoa butter, cocoa powder mixture. And it's just going to add a delicious flavor. So you can see we initially added the regular chocolate into our muffin liner there. That way our Reese's peanut butter cup doesn't taste odd. You can do it with the peppers. It still tastes amazing. But it's just going to leave a normal taste in it. So here we go. Alright, you can see that bit of froth on top. All that is just cocoa powder that hasn't really set in and mixed yet. So if you were to just let this cool on the counter a little bit longer, you'd get rid of a lot of that froth. But it doesn't affect the taste at all. So we're just going to add right into our molds, and then it's going right into the fridge. You'll notice later in the video when they cool, they have just a bit of that froth still on them. And like I said, if you just left this to cool on the counter a little bit longer, you will not have it. But we're not doing that. So in it goes. Here's the super important part. So you have a little bit here to go on top of the peanut butter that's going to go on top of this muffin liner chocolate cup. Okay, so it's all going right in the fridge. And you'll see just in a second here what we're going to do. Your chocolate in the fridge is going to take about 40 to 50 minutes to properly set. So until then, we're going to take just some regular old Kraft peanut butter. Any peanut butter that's kind of mixed with oil and sugar is what you want. Unfortunately, just the standard old peanut butter does not work properly. I've not had any luck with it. So just grab some regular old peanut butter and sugar. Now we've reached our desired texture, and we're grabbing ourselves our chocolate out of the fridge. There we go. So there's our cup. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab this peanut butter, and by the way, this peanut butter sat out on the counter too, so it's got a little bit more liquidy and smooth. I keep everything in the fridge, it just helps it last longer. So you want it at room temperature, so just drop it right in there. Try not to get it on any of the sides because you want the chocolate to envelop it, and just that way it's going to make an awesome break. Just add as much of it as you can without getting any on the sides. You want it sitting in the middle. Alright, so you're going to take the last bit of chocolate that we set off to the side. You're going to pour it right over top of it until it covers it completely. And if there's any left, you can put it in the molds. And all this is going back in the fridge until it's nice and hard. Alright, now our chocolate's been sitting in the fridge for a while. It's nice and set. Our peanut butter cup is perfectly hardened. We're going to take it out of the liner. And we're going to enjoy it right now. It's not going to make it for another time, and unfortunately we only made one, so we're just going to eat it right now. Alright, you can see it's nice and firm, it's not going to break easily. This chocolate does melt a little bit, it's almost like an icy square, just because it's only, really 3 ingredients. So once it heats up with your hand, it does melt a little bit, but it's not anything crazy. Like, it holds a very firm texture. You can see it wasn't easily breakable. There's a nice chunk there, and then you can see we're using 2 different types of molds for the other bars. Oh my god, this is really good. This is not making it for later. Alright, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and now you know how to make an amazing homemade and healthy chocolate. Enjoy.